Welcome to the first episode of the ReReview with David and Jared. I'm David, and my... Oh, you want to say it? You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, this is Jared over here.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so what the ReReview is, we're going to be doing some reviews that have already been done for restaurants, shops, or strip clubs, which usually have the best material. We're going to find the best and worst reviews for these things going across. We're going to scour the internet and find the best. And also, we're going to discuss a random movie of the week. Every week, we'll be using a randomizer to pick a movie for us to watch and review. And following that, we will have, well, what's this review for? Where we're going to encourage you to go to Twitter at the _ ReReviewers or answer through our homepage and guess what this review is for. First ReReview. It comes from a local exotic dance club, I suppose we'll say. And a fellow by the name of Tom. Well, we'll let you decide. We'll let you decide what he thought of the place. All right, so he starts. Okay, spoiler alert. If you don't mind, read on. Stay downstairs. There's nothing worth it upstairs. Trust me. Even if you have the money, save it. There's guys who are seemingly pimps, most likely on too many steroids, who get you the women you want, which is kind of creepy. They stand next to you, and when you tell them you can fend for yourself, they come back anyways. Do they work on commission? Okay, first off, I don't
want to know, actually. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, based on this guy, I am not particularly interested in this club. But then again, I don't have money anyways. So even if I did have the money...
But Dave, the place was clean and the women were attractive.
That's got two very positives for me.
Which is why he gave it 2 stars.
Oh, well, yeah, he gave it 2 stars. So it's not like a 1-star establishment. You just have to deal with some guys who may or may not be pimps.
But you can run into that kind of stuff anywhere. I mean...
You know, I honestly wish more places had guys that may or may not be pimps.
Especially ambiguous.
Especially. Well, just imagine this. You go to a diner. You may not know exactly what you want, and this guy who may or may not be a pimp, you know, he gets an idea what you might like, and boom, ham and eggs. That's a service you can't get anywhere else, okay? I can't even think of strip clubs that have this. So this actually sounds like a needed feature.
Yeah.
Why aren't they encouraging this?
I think we should do that. All right, so the actual point of the review, though, is to review that review. So let's see. So he gave us a spoiler alert before the review, which is good. That allows us to really form our own opinion before we can even, listen to his opinion. And then proceeds to tell us that there's nothing worth it upstairs. That's cool. I don't like stairs anyway. I'm with you, guy.
There's like 3 levels to this place, so that's a lot of stairs.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy's letting me know if you're ready to walk, by all means, and if you have money.
That's right. He does mention a 3rd floor in his review. But, okay, so which floor does it start on? Is upstairs the 2nd floor? Like, he doesn't even mention what's going on up there. I want to know.
Yeah,
I feel like we're missing something here.
He completely skips over to 2nd level. So that's where okay, actually, you know what? Based on his review, his 2-star review, I am more than likely going to go to this place because 1, it has attractive women, 2, it's clean, and 3, it has a mystery 2nd floor. I think we know what to expect on the 1st floor of a strip club, so there's no mystery there. But floor number 3, it costs $700 an hour, and then there's some very expensive champagne. But nothing about the 2nd floor. So I want to find out what's on floor number 2.
Yeah, I mean, do you start on floor number 2? If so, what's on floor number 1? Ooh, how do we get there?
Are you talking about a mystery basement level?
Perhaps.
We are going to this club. So, I would rate Tom's review. I would give it a. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 2 because it's missing data. Like we have a very incomplete review. How do you review something if you haven't explored the entire establishment?
But at the same time, he opens up the door to mystery. And what's more fun than mystery?
You know, I like that.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? 3 stars.
Yeah, I'm down with that. 3 stars
Yeah.
sounds good. That sounds
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, 3
Thanks,
stars
Tom.
for mystery. Thank you, Tom. We really appreciate it, and I really hope we're going to come back to you later. You do leave a lot of very insightful reviews on different establishments, so I really hope we can use your material later. But we're talking about the air of mystery, which Tom is creating here by not talking about the second floor or the basement. So there's that mystery there. And that's why I like his review. That's why I like the idea of this establishment.
I think a lot of things need more mystery, which
You know
I
what
think
else?
probably
Yep,
leads us to our next thing.
Which leads us to our next thing, the review of Emily Rose.
I think you mean the Exorcism, the Exorcism of Emily Rose, right? That was the name of the movie.
That was the name of the movie, but I don't even want to say it anymore. I'm sick. It's just when it comes to mystery, this movie does everything it can to prevent that. It could have been a saving grace for it. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start our review. First, here is the trailer for The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I don't care about my reputation. What I care about is telling Emily Rose's story.
Holy Church venerates thee as her guardian and protector. To thee, the Lord has entrusted the souls of the redeemed to be led into heaven. Pray therefore the God of peace to crush Satan beneath our feet, that we no more will return captivity.
Do you understand how long they can put you away for this?
I want people to hear what only I can tell.
And what is that?
What really happened to Emily and why.
So she believed that her actual possession began that night at the hospital?
I think she did.
Emily had epilepsy. Father Moore's beliefs are based on superstition.
Did Father Moore ask you to give her any medical help?
I couldn't help her.
Why couldn't you help her?
Because there are no injections against the devil.
Emily? Hey. Demons exist whether you believe in them or not. Just be careful, Aaron. There are forces surrounding this trial. Emily, can you hear me? It has begun.
For the glory of God.
I mean, why do you start with the end of the movie? It sure. Okay. I mean,
All right, so we'll give it a 10 out of 1.
what?
A 10 about 1. There we go. There's what I was saying.
I'm not going to give it a 1. I can't give it a 1. I don't believe it's the worst movie ever made.
So, yeah, it's a 1.5. Fine.
1 point. I'm going to say 2.5.
All right, so no, you're right. Let's look at the whole movie as a whole. So as the courtroom drama, yeah, like that seemed pretty well put together. The constant flashbacks to other flashbacks and then back and forth, kind of a little hard to follow.
And I mean, I know we mentioned it a lot. One thing I do actually appreciate is they are using different colors to associate the different scenes and what's going on. When there was demon things involved, there was a lot of red or even variations of that color. When I believe when Lucifer was showing up. They had purple. They really wanted the colors to tell the story. But at the same time, that was overdone. Just where it's like too much.
It becomes obvious.
Don't make it a red blanket with red walls and a red cup holding your red pens with the red. I mean, the red lights outside. Yeah, that's selling it. You're telling me what you want to tell me.
But they
You're
also
showing what you
would
want to
spend
see.
so much time focusing on that red light coming in from outside that it seemed forced.
Exactly.
Also, like I said earlier, with the flashbacks and flash forwards and no real way to tell what time period you're actually looking at.
Yeah, and plus it's like
you lose a little bit of that.
Yeah, we're watching. She's talking to the judge, or I'm sorry, she's talking to the priest. He starts to tell his story. You cut away with that with the cat transition.
The transition.
And then suddenly you're at their house. So you're not telling his story yet. You started to, then you stop. You're doing everything you can to not tell the story. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot here.
Right. We go to a movie to be told a story visually.
Exactly. And you're not doing that. You're doing everything you can to not tell the story. So in terms of storytelling,
that's got to be
the material. You had it. It's already done. It was written for you, and you failed. So, yeah. I mean, but visually, it was fine, I guess. You told your story.
Yeah, as far as being a horror movie goes, it failed entirely.
Oh no! I mean, at that point, I mean, I don't like jump scares. I think they take away from a movie.
But you felt like this one needed it. Needed
yeah,
something.
Because you're building up to one anyways. Like I wanted to go, you got me, you piece of shit movie. But it didn't even do that.
Because then we could have celebrated that. You know, you can celebrate the shit sometimes.
Yeah,
because it feels good.
Like movies will do that and you'll laugh because, that's kind of a natural reaction to being scared. Like whether you like jump scares or not, if they're done right, they'll get you. You'll hate them, but also it will just do what a scare does. It is cheap, I know, but you feel something.
That's what I wanted.
Nothing for this
I
movie.
Wanted to feel something.
Give me a reason to like you. I mean, I don't necessarily know a lot of these actors, but I recognize them. I know they have a good cast. They let every one of them. Holy sh! Did you know the priest was also in Batman Begins, which came out that same year?
Wow, he was. That's where he was devoting his time and effort.
Yeah, because clearly. Okay,
I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
I think the priest was the best part. I think his character, I think the acting was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I think all of the problems can be led almost entirely to directorial decisions.
Exactly. I mean, if they left out the court part and based this loosely around of the priest and his whole story and of the exorcism, you had a good movie. You had a movie. Would it be 2 hours long? Thankfully, no, it wouldn't be. You could make it maybe an hour and 20 minutes. You could tell that whole story from beginning to end, from her getting accepted to college to, I don't know. I don't even know if the church was the first time she met Jason, but you can actually talk about their relationship. You can show it. You can see why he cares what happens to her.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that really killed me. Just so many characters that we hear nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's
just
like,
introduced for the sake of introducing them, just to, fill up their roster, but, We really don't know any of them.
It's like, exactly, that's what they're doing. It's just kind of like a whole lot of, oh, and Jason was there too. And that's it.
And then there's this other guy, this Hopper guy we keep hearing about.
Well, this movie bet on people paying attention.
I couldn't.
They don't give me a reason to pay attention. It's like, why should I care about any of this?
Well, they wanted you to pay attention, but like the very beginning was the part where they jumped around the most and really made it extremely hard to figure out where they were. Like, what are we supposed to focus on? Are we worried about the exorcism, or are we worried about the court case? Are we worried about this lady's career, or her bar time, or her bar tab?
Well, no, you saw she made her boss pay for it.
Oh, right, yeah. Never predicted they would give us the ending at the beginning.
Yeah, because you are a storyteller, and you are also a person that reads stories typically from end, or from the start of the book to the end. You don't read the last 10 pages and then go back to the front.
But there are other stories that are told in that same fashion. But the key to doing that is to have a reason. So, you can see the ending and then try and figure out why that happened, how they got to this point. We know how they got to this point. There was an exorcism and it got bad.
Yeah, like you said it. Like, you show the ending, then you explain it.
And there was that big problem. There's no explanation for half of what's going on.
You don't explain anything. Here's what we know about what happened. There's Emily Rose. She's possessed. Therefore, they have an exorcism of Emily Rose. We learn at the beginning the exorcism did not work, or the exorcism killed her.
Or we just know that she's dead.
But that's the thing we do know, that she is in fact dead. And then we're just left to our own devices.
The end. Have fun.
This is. I can't think of a movie where you can watch the first 5 minutes, know everything, and then stop and be satisfied. I could actually watch the first 5 minutes of this movie and go, huh, okay.
That didn't go well.
Well, that's enough for me. And I could leave it and be, when people, I'll watch 5 minutes. People say, would you recommend this movie? I'd say, yeah, you could watch the movie. I won't say how much of it, but you can watch the movie. But having seen the whole thing, I can't recommend it to any human being.
No, it does not get my recommendation.
Not for humans. Maybe for cats. It's
definitely not for dogs.
No, there's not even a dog present.
As man's best friend. No, can't have that.
It's just, why is my question. What was this for?
I mean, that's what it was supposed to tell us.
I mean, of all these movies based on quote unquote actual events, they take a lot of creative liberty. They should have done that with this. Loosely based on the one time I saw a gorilla riding a tricycle.
See, that is a movie I would pay to see. Where is my gorilla riding a tricycle? Can you please make this happen?
like a scene with a dog just shitting in a park would have made this movie better. Just like time devoted to a dog looking directly at the camera and taking a dump would have made this movie better. So if you were to give this movie a rating, 1 to 10, and we'll do 0.5, so 1.5 or 9.5,
Yeah,
anywhere in between.
I give it a 1 out of Exorcism.
Yeah, a 1 out of Exorcism.
So
Okay.
there's like
Yeah.
a 1/10 maybe of an exorcism in the film.
Yeah. Yeah. Like as a courtroom drama, I would rate it as a soft 4.
Yeah, I'd say maybe a 3.5. There were three and
A
a half
3.5.
actual points of
Yeah.
litigation.
Yeah, like as a courtroom, as an exorcism movie, I'm gonna give it. I know there's worse out there, so I don't want to give it too bad. So I'm gonna give it a 3.
Well,
Overall,
I
this
do, though.
movie is a solid 3.5. Just like
So
'cause-
I want to give it a really bad rating on The Exorcism, as it didn't happen.
they showed some of it. They showed some of the exorcism of Emily Rose.
So even the bad exorcism movies still show 100% of the exorcism. So I mean they at least get a 2.
Okay, so we're now going to have the final Jared judgment. Judgments by Jared. Judge Jared. So, Jared, the judge, how would you rate this movie?
I give it a solid 1 out of Exorcism. And a 2 out of movie.
1 out of Exorcism, 2 out of movie. I mean, I'm sure it could have more in the it would probably get more in Exorcism and movie if it had more Exorcism.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Come
I
on.
think that's all it really needed.
It needed what the title promised.
Yeah, it wasn't the trial of Emily Rose. It was the exorcism. But semantics is semantics. 2 out of movie.
It earned that score. My goodness. I mean, there's bad, and then there's this. And this is just the first week. I mean, this was completely random. I did not know we were going to watch one of the just worst movies. I didn't anticipate that.
I expected better. I was actually surprised by how little I liked it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like these types of movies. I could watch this one again because it had zero impact on me. All right, so we're going to get into the final portion of our show. But before we do that, I would like to just send out an open invite. You can send us a message through our homepage at the ReReview.com, ReReviewers.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at _ReReviewers, just with any sort of reviews from your area, because we want to hear from you. We want to get an idea of where you're from.
Of what crap you're working with out there.
Exactly. So if you want someone's opinion on someone else's opinion, we're the guys to ask for. So we're going to close our show out with our final section, and that's what is this review for?
All right, give me a second. I got to pull that back up.
You took it down. Great.
All right. My wife was very pleased with this one. Half job is done by this little buzzer, but you collect all of the credits. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, if you have any idea what that could possibly be, go ahead and throw us an answer over on Twitter. We've already mentioned the ReReviewers is our name, so at the _ReReviewers, or send us a little message on our homepage at www.therereviewers.com.
And that's all we got for you this week. So we will we'll see you next week, everyone.
With whatever the randomizer has chosen.
Keep an eye out for that video. We'll be posting that soon.